You may be a student in school now, but you are certainly thinking about the future. How will you navigate the job market once you graduate? What opportunities will there be? What will be a good fit for you? As a paralegal, you will have a number of different options to explore. Attorneys and law firms are the obvious employers of paralegals. This is most often where paralegals see themselves working. But these are not the only places that employ paralegals. Corporations such as banks and government agencies like district attorney offices and local and state legislatures also use the services of paralegals. So do legal aid societies, victims advocacy groups, and other nonprofits. And the job market for paralegals is very robust. Employment of paralegals and legal assistants is projected to grow 15% from now to 2026, much faster than the average for all occupations. And formally trained paralegals with strong computer and database management skills should have the best job prospects. But no matter where you look for employment, you need to think about how an employer will see you as a possible candidate for a job. So let's talk about what an employer will be looking for. Obviously, an employer wants to hire someone with good grades, a good reputation, and good recommendations. And of course, an employer wants to hire someone who will be able to work well with others, who can have positive interactions with clients and coworkers. So who is an employer looking for? A person who is smart, friendly, and a good, steady worker. Is that you? And if it is, how will employers find that out? Naturally, they will examine your grades, look at your recommendations, and of course, find your footprint online. And that's before they even meet you in person. So be sure that what a prospective employer learns about you on the internet is positive. Be cautious. Don't post anything that could reflect badly on you. That includes pictures, controversial political statements, or jokes that you think are funny but can easily be misconstrued. As we all know, nothing that appears on the internet can be erased permanently. And if there is something that might be embarrassing for you, be prepared with an answer or explanation when you interview for a job. Don't be blindsided.
When I left the judge, when he became a judge, I closed his practice. And when I was done closing his practice, I was doing some interviewing. What they wanted was the filing. And the moment they found out that I could file federal e-filing, documents, I made it home and I opened up the front door, the phone was ringing, and they were like, "We want you."
Just as a prospective employer will investigate you online, so should you do the same with them. Having some knowledge of the firm or agency and what they do will show the person you meet at the interview that you are genuinely interested in working there and also that you are resourceful. It will also provide you with useful information about what you would be expected to do if you were hired. Researching the employer will also provide other practical information. Is the location one that you could commute to reasonably? Is the focus of the firm's work something you're interested in? Researching will also let you know about the firm's reputation. Is there anything negative online? Could this possibly be an unscrupulous or unethical firm?
Okay, when a paralegal, and a paralegal could potentially be approaching a firm either after they get the degree or while they're still in school as potentially an intern and whatnot. What they're going to do basically is they want to do research for two reasons. One is to see what the firm is about, that they are going in for a job interview. And two is to also, if there are any positives and negatives with that firm. If there's something that they have settled or litigated a big case, that's a great thing to mention in an interview. They then know that you have some knowledge about the law firm that you're looking to seek employment with, and also that you show some interest in terms of, as we talked about earlier, research. On the flip side, if you find out, by searching them through legal basis, et cetera, that multiple attorneys have been indicted in the firm, you might want to think about going to that interview.
You should also research to find firms and agencies that specialize in areas of interest to you. As a student, you will learn about different aspects of the law, such as corporate, criminal, environmental, and family law. Do one of these interest you? Or maybe you would like to work for a nonprofit agency like the Red Cross. If you have a specific interest, then explore firms and agencies that specialize in that area. Going for an interview can be unnerving for someone who hasn't done that before, but be assured that everyone has been in that position at one time. Here are a few tips to help you with a job interview. Dress appropriately. For men, that means a shirt and tie, and either a suit or a jacket and dress pants. Women should wear a blouse and a suit with either a skirt or pants. Women's shoes should be low-heeled and conservative. Men should be clean and well-shined. Avoid too much jewelry and perfume or aftershave lotion. The company you're interviewing with may have much more casual dress code for their employees, but there is a difference between dressing for work at a company and dressing for an interview there. Arrive about 10 minutes ahead of the scheduled time for your interview and use the restroom. Check your appearance. Bring multiple copies of your resume. Prepare and practice answers to questions such as, what are your goals? Why do you want to work here? What are your strengths and weaknesses? Prepare and practice any questions you might have about the job. Practice with a friend before your first interview to help boost your confidence. Throughout the interview, smile and maintain eye contact with the interviewer.
So definitely mock interviews. Those are extremely helpful. So it's like a 3-hour, can be a 4-hour session where someone comes in and talks about how to dress, what to wear, how not to dress, what not to wear, how to act, how to sit.
At your interview, you should be prepared to sell yourself. Tell the interviewer what sets you apart from the others. Talk about your ability to do online research, and let the interviewer know that you are also proficient in doing research with hard copy volumes. Don't be modest. Of course, don't brag. That isn't an appealing characteristic, but be forthright and confident. Follow up the interview by sending an email to the person you met with. Thank them for seeing you. Repeat why you are qualified for the position and express your interest in working for that firm or agency. Keep the note brief. If you don't get a response, you can send another email. When you start investigating the job market, you will discover that many firms hire interns for entry-level jobs. Internships are unpaid or low-level, paid temporary positions. There is no expectation for full-time employment. The advantage of an internship for a paralegal who has just received certification is that it offers experience in the workplace and is an excellent addition to their resume. An internship also offers an opportunity to meet other paralegals and open up new connections. The advantage for the firm or agency, obviously, is that they have non-paid or low-paid employees doing work they would have to pay considerably more for. Some internships often lead to a permanent job. The firm knows you, they have assessed your abilities, and you are familiar with the work they do.
I believe it's very important to intern. I believe it's important because it's a transition from school to employment, and you get the feeling of actually doing the groundwork. You're not getting paid, of course, but you're actually getting your feet wet.
Some firms also offer employment to students who are still in school. They may give the employee the title of paralegal, even though that student hasn't earned the degree or certification. You should be aware that most often, these positions aren't really paralegal work, but are office assistants and file clerks. Still, the job and experience can be a benefit to you and will enhance your resume. And, like an internship, it will broaden your connection to other paralegals and prospective employers. And of course, there is also the possibility that you will be hired by the firm as an accredited paralegal once you have graduated.
I interned in family court, and I shadowed 2 attorneys. And I expressed to them how much I love research and how much I'm really into. I didn't want to do copying and pasting and stuff like that. And that's what they were directing me to. Hey, Sam, could you make those copies? And I was like, well, I really want to go to court. So they were like, all right. And I said, I could do research for you. Well, one of them took me up on it, and I actually wrote my first memorandum of law and handed it to a family court judge to help defend while I was interning. I was so satisfied with that. That was the greatest thing. And then I got more confidence, because I think there's a confidence builder when you're interning, because you just don't go from school into a job. It's a transition. And I think you get to meet people, you get to get your feet wet and feel and get confident.
As you can see, there are many options open to you in the job market. First, decide what it is you want to do. Do you have a specific interest? Do you want to work for a law firm, for a government agency, for a corporation, or for a nonprofit agency? Then explore your options. And when you meet an interviewer, remember to sell yourself. Let the interviewer see someone who is competent, friendly, and trustworthy. Good luck!